Okay, you lot.
So long, Doc.
I'll be seeing you.
Not if I see you first, you won't.
Hey, you.
Calling me?
I don't see anyone else. Do you want a lift?
Very civil of you. Going to London?
Yes, hop in.
What made you pick on me for the Lady Bountiful Act?
Maybe I like the look of you.
You often park outside prisons in case someone you like the look of comes out?
I was passing when I saw you coming out. I felt sorry for you. You looked, well, as if you weren't the type.
And that cat won't jump. You weren't passing, you were parked outside.
All right, I was. I've been parked out there every morning for a week, waiting for someone like you.
Like me? Why like me?
A man who looks as if a spot of danger wouldn't scare him.
Tell me more.
We could stop somewhere for coffee and talk. Do we stop?
There's a place just ahead on the left there.
Round here if he thought I was that sort of a girl.
What would you like? Coffee?
Well, will you blame me?
2 coffees, Jane.
6pence. You.
All this for a penny. What's this supposed to be?
Coffee.
Bye.
So, crime does pay.
So they tell me.
J.W. John, Jim.
Or James or Jeremy, take your choice. They're all nice names. Well?
What were you in there for?
Is that any of your business?
It could be. It very definitely could be.
See. 3 months for breaking an entry. The baby cried. I was too soft-hearted to slap it down.
If it were made worth your while, would you risk prison again?
What's the proposition?
To get a letter back from a man who stole it. A blackmailer. A creature without pity who's driving my husband to...
Is this your husband's idea, getting hold of an ex-lag?
Mine. I had to do something. He's on the edge of desperation. He might even...
Where's the letter?
You'll do it?
I didn't say so. Where's the letter?
In an office in Lombard Street, in the safe. Charles could tell you exactly. The man was a sort of partner of his.
I thought you said Charles didn't know anything about this gambit of yours.
Not yet. Will you do it? If you only knew how much it means to us.
Let's go see Charles. Maybe he doesn't like people interfering with his private blackmail.
Goodbye. Come again.
Charles is in Paris on business, but he'll be back tonight. Could come to the flat, say, around 7. This is where we live.
Mr. and Mrs. Charles Dexter, 7 Albion Mansions, West 1. Worth blackmailing is Charles.
There's £50 here. There'll be more when you get the letter. You are coming tonight, promise?
What's to stop me taking this and gone with the wind?
I'm not really so stupid. I've got the numbers and
I've got a record. You've got something there.
say you'll come. At least discuss it. Or say something, yes or no.
I prefer rye whiskey, ice, and the merest splash of soda.
Thank you.
Thanks for the lift.
You are coming tonight.
You got the numbers, remember?
Rye whiskey, ice.
And the merely splash.
I'll be waiting.
Hello, Glamour. How goes it?
Oh, Mr. Winter.
Hey, Honeywell. Where's Forrester?
Mr. Forrester isn't here.
What's happened to him?
He's visiting our New York office. Did you want to see
This
him?
fella Honeywell, Madame.
Yes, but you can't go.
Good morning. Who are you?
I am Susan Honeywell. Who you are is far more to the point. Can't you read?
Read? Why, yes. Great fun. Improving, too. Can you?
I'm referring to the word private on the door. It means at the very least, please knock.
Are you doing Forrester's job?
I am. And I'm extremely busy.
Much nicer than Forrester. He got a big, bushy moustache, you know, handlebars. Now you're trying to intimidate me.
If there's anything you want, will you kindly say so? Otherwise...
I'm Jake Winter. I got out today. I suppose Forrester did just mention where I was.
Mr. Winter, of course. He did mention it. Oh, won't you sit down?
Thanks.
Oh, forgive me for being so abrupt. I didn't
Don't
realize...
give it another thought.
Did you do anything for us?
I know where the bar and rubies are. That suit you?
That's wonderful.
I cottoned on to Larry Sims, the one they pinched in the castle grounds, remember? He was nursing a bit of a grudge. Said the rest of the gang had hired a cheap lawyer for him. Seems funny to be telling this to a pretty girl instead of Forrester's whiskers.
I'm sorry I haven't got a moustache, Mr. Winter. Nevertheless, I am in charge of the department in Mr. Forrester's absence. Now, may I ask where the bottom rubies are? The rubies, Mr. Winter.
Oh, yes. Under the floorboards of number 4, Francis Close, Bethnal Green. The house, if you can call it a house, belongs to a charming old bird character called Sticky Harper. Larry Sims' second cousin, I understand.
Number 4, Francis Close. I'll notify the yard right away. This'll save the company about $500,000 in claims. The board will be delighted, Mr. Winter.
So they ought to be. 3 months in clink is doing a job the hard way. Tell him to try it sometime. By the way, this little effort of mine leaves me with a police record. Forrester was going to arrange with the yard about that.
Your dossier fingerprints. The lot will be destroyed the moment we notify them.
See to it right away. I don't want to figure in the rogues gallery, even under a false name.
I'll attend to it. Oh, technically speaking, you're also a member of the fraud squad.
Fraud squad? Me?
Yes, it was the only way we could arrange a prison sentence for you. Let me see, what name did you use in prison?
Jack Wallen, and get that dossier destroyed right away tonight. Don't forget.
I'll make a note of it. Jack Warren, right?
Whatever made them give a girl this job? You the chairman's daughter or something?
No, I am not. Nor am I anybody else's daughter. I just happen to have the necessary qualifications for the job.
With those on, I can believe it. Take them off, put them in a drawer, smash them.
I expect you'll be wanting some leave.
Thanks, honey. Say, that's a good name for you. Honey.
Kindly prepare your report for the board, and I'll see you get your leave.
Good girl.
Should you want an advance in salary, I'll be pleased to sign a chit for you.
Do I have to get your permission to spend it?
I don't think that'll be necessary, Mr. Winter.
Mr. Forrester used to pass the box over. Fill your pockets up, Jake, he'd say. The company pays for them, after all.
It so happens that I paid for these, but please go ahead, help yourself.
Oh, thanks very much. Do as much for you sometime. Well, I must be on my way. So long, honey.
Mr. Winter, if you don't mind, I'm trying out a new scheme. Your report in triplicate, please.
Any special color of ink?
No, you choose.
Sorry, I'm late. Got stuck in a traffic jam.
You're here, that's the important thing. Will you step into my parlor?
You're the best-looking spider I ever saw. So this is how the rich live. Very nice.
Sit down and I'll fix your drink.
Thank you. You know, everyone... thank you. Everyone should do 3 months in jail. It's the only way to appreciate comfort.
I'd forgotten your expensive lighter. Tell me, was prison very bad?
Well, I guess they don't mean it to be a rest cure.
Don't think about it. It's all over.
That's not so easy. 3 months is a long time. The taste lingers.
This'll take the taste away for you.
You know, just being able to smoke a cigarette in peace is worth keeping straight for.
Rye, ice, and the merest splash. Try it.
Perfect.
I still don't know your name.
No.
Aren't you going to tell me now you're here in my home?
As I see it, you've a proposition. If I like what you've got to say, then you can have my name, telephone number, and size in shirts. Until then, let's leave it, huh?
If that's how you feel. Let me take your glass.
Wasn't Mr. Dexter supposed to be here? Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
Oh, I should have told you.
Thank you.
I got a telegram. You don't mind waiting for a while?
No.
It won't be long.
I hope not. Looking forward to a spell of solid sleep. Feel all washed up. All this early rising.
I'm so sorry, Charles, Mr. Plain. But I do appreciate your waiting. I'll put some records on. Would you like that?
Fine.
Better not touch. Charles wouldn't like it. He's a perfect baby about them. Collects them. At least he used to before he became so worried. What sort of records does Mr. X desire?
I leave it to you.
You like dancing?
I don't get much time for it.
You have a sense of rhythm.
Like that, for instance. I don't know, must be the drinks. Not used to it anymore.
Anything wrong?
No, I feel fine. What a queer feeling. You! It's you!
morning, Joan. Get me the police, quickly.
Been wrenched off a piece of jewelry, I should imagine, sir.
I can't say I've seen it before, Inspector.
Might be off a bag or something of the sort. Ladies sometimes wear their initials on such things.
I can't say I know every piece of jewelry my wife had.
The point is, there isn't any U in your wife's name. Joan Mary Dexter, you said.
I can't explain it at all. Inspector Henry.
Yes, sir?
I suppose there'd be no objection to my going to an hotel tonight. I can't face staying here. We were very happy, you see.
By all means, stay in the hotel, sir. All right, I'll take it. Hello? Ah, yes, Goodwin. Anything on those dabs? Good. Send out an all-station call for him. Right away. Yes, goodbye. Well, we're in luck, sir. The fingerprints we found are of a fellow called Warren. Only got out of prison this morning. Makes you think, doesn't it?
This man's got to be found, Inspector.
Oh, we'll get him all right, don't worry. He hasn't a hope in Hades.
The word private is still on the door, Mr. Winter. Perhaps you didn't notice.
The big executive herself. Look at that. Remember me, Jack the jailbird?
But this isn't you.
It is, and in case you don't know it, wanted for questioning is a polite way of saying wanted for murder.
Did you murder her?
Strangely enough, no. Now do you see why women shouldn't be allowed in business?
No, I don't. I'm sorry if I'm dull.
Did I or did I not instruct you to get in touch with the commissioner about that dossier of mine? Did I or did I not impress on you the danger of a police dossier? A dossier entirely undeserved. A dossier obtained innocently in the conscientious performance of his duty.
Stop shouting at me. And kindly take that hat off. Now, if you've got yourself under control.
If you'd done what I asked, the police wouldn't know my fingerprints from little Annie Rooney's. And look at my picture, plastered over every front page in the country.
I apologize for not attending to the matter immediately, but I suppose I could ask what your fingerprints were doing in a room with the body.
It sounds as phony as... Will you kindly take those glasses off? I was framed, deliberately framed.
Who by?
By a blonde. She said her name was Mrs. Dexter. She was in Mrs. Dexter's flat, dishing out Mrs. Dexter's drinks. Probably, who knows, wearing Mrs. Dexter's dress. But if we later discover, Madame D is definitely the Spanish type.
Go on.
Oh, it's a simple little tale, soon told.
Well, go on, tell it. I know all about men and blondes.
Do you now? Well, it wasn't like that as it happened. She was parked outside the prison when I came out, and she offered me a lift. On the way, she put up a proposition.
No.
She said her husband was being blackmailed, some letter he'd written. Suggested I should break into the place where the letter was and get it back. She even thrust £50 into my hot and sticky palm on account, she said.
Do you mean you actually agreed to break in somewhere?
Of course I didn't. I didn't think her story was genuine. I wanted to find out what she was up to.
Then why did you accept the money?
Because she wouldn't have told me anymore if I hadn't.
What happened then?
She asked me to go to her flat at 7 last night and meet her husband. Well, I went, but no husband. She trotted out a wire saying he'd been detained in Paris, fed me some knockout drops, and bingo, out for the count. Does it sound very phony?
100%. But go on.
When I woke, no blonde, just a brunette. Dead. Very dead. And me with a knife in my fist. And who the heck's going to believe it?
Wouldn't it be a good idea if we found out if Charles Dexter really was in Paris?
He was. His plane didn't get into North Houghton until nearly 7:30.
What time was his wife killed?
Now, that's a thought. When I found her, she was cold, stone cold. She must have been dead at least an hour before I got to the flat. All the time we were drinking and playing music on the radiogram, that girl was lying there. It really is 100% phony, isn't it?
Yes, but I believe it.
Thanks. There was something I found beside the body. It was a letter U in gold caught up in her hair.
What size was it?
Well, less than half an inch, I'd say.
Any tags, as if it had been attached to something?
One on each tip of the U.
Could have been part of a bracelet or necklace. The letter U isn't in Joan Dexter. Maybe it belonged to the blonde.
A blonde with a U in her name. That's a great help.
Jake! I apologize. I mean, Mr. Winter.
Keep it a Jake, honey. What is it?
Charles Dexter. I knew that name meant something to me.
You wouldn't let me in on this, would you?
Let me see now. Before I came, it'll be under Forrester's lot. I knew it.
I'm here, remember?
Dexter took out a mutual benefit life policy for him and his wife 2 months ago, and look at the size of it.
50,000. It's a motive, all right. I'm going to do a bit of checking at friend Dexter's office. Let me look at that address. Find out if he needs the cash, maybe about his taste in blondes, too.
You think you want to go out?
It's okay for the moment, provided some bright spark in the fraud squad doesn't connect me with Jack Warren.
Oh, Jake, if only I'd done as you asked.
Forget it, it's done.
But surely by now the Yard will have connected you and Jack Warren as the same person.
Not necessarily. They work in departments at the Yard. But they might any minute. That's why I've got to crack this while I'm still loose. Once I'm collared, I have no hope.
And I and the department will be behind you in every possible way.
You're sweet. And it's far too long since someone kissed you. Mr. Dexter in?
I'm afraid not. I'm not expecting him for a few days.
Of course not. His tragic bereavement.
Right. If there's anything I can do, I'm Mr. Dexter's secretary.
Well, now, maybe you can. I'm from the Courier. 1 or 2 details about the tragedy, perhaps?
Sit down, won't you?
Oh, thank you.
I don't know that Mr. Dexter would care to have his staff talk to newspaper people.
Well, perhaps not, but they'll be around just the same. It's just as well to get the story to the first that comes along. Saves talking to the others.
Really? I don't know what to do. I don't want my photo in your paper, mind.
I think I can promise to keep it out.
Well, what were you wanting to ask?
Well, now, Mr. Dexter's a pretty successful man. Rich, prosperous.
I imagine so.
Did you know Mrs. Dexter?
I met her, naturally. A delightful girl.
Don't think I'm merely being nosy, Miss,
Riggs. Please don't mention my name. Annabel Riggs.
Don't think, as I say, it's just vulgar curiosity, but were Mr. and Mrs. Dexter on good terms?
I never saw anything to the contrary.
You never heard of any other woman?
I know nothing about Mr. Dexter's private life.
You're sure?
I'm employed as Mr. Dexter's secretary, not his chaperone.
All right, if you insist. Any idea why Mrs. Dexter was killed?
What? Haven't you seen the paper? I mean, that, Warren person. I believe he stole £50 and would have taken more if Mr. Dexter hadn't disturbed him. Look at his photo. You can see the man's a criminal. I hope they hang him. I mean, one isn't safe in one's bed with such men about.
Well, thank you for your help, Miss Riggs.
No. No photo.
No photo.
Where are you going, Simpson?
To put these in Dexter's office.
Mr. Dexter's office. Have you no manners?
Okay, Mr. Dexter. Esquire. You don't want to listen to that old horse. I got a real story. But, what's in it for me?
8 more if it's good. Now give.
Well, for a start, Dexter's bust. He's been shaky for months, but he fairly bought it last month. Oh, boy, Venezuelan tin.
Any insurance coming to?
Huh, has he? Only 50,000, that's all. Wish it was me. I'd do me old granny in for fourpence. As a matter of fact, if he hadn't been in Paris, I wouldn't have put it past him to stick a knife in Mrs. D himself. And one thing I do know, he won't be lonely for long.
Got an eye for the girls, has he?
Oh, one of them anyway. Ooh, real Marilyn Monroe she is.
What's her name?
No idea.
I want that girl's name. Can you get it?
Well, tell you what, I'll have a go at a private file when old Horseface is out the way. Here. 5 Dulcimere Mews, Notting Hill. About 8 this evening, eh?
I'll be there.
And bring the rest of the money. It's my birthday and I feel like a bit of a bust.
Helen! Helen!
Nag, 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 nag. What an old cow. Coming, Miss Riggs.
You're going to love our new hairstyle.
What are you doing here?
Looking for you?
Who told you I was here?
Carson at the office?
Would you like a chair, sir?
Oh, yes, thanks.
Very feminine, you said, madam.
Ah, that's it, yes. Lots of soft, fluffy little curls. A definitely fluffy look.
Just a plain, serviceable style, Alphonse. I have no desire whatever to look fluffy.
Miss Honeywell's joking, Alphonse. Lots of curls.
You know, sir, you could have knocked me down with a feather. Here's me. Spent weeks trying to get Miss Honeywell to soften up, and in she comes today and suggests it herself.
Alphonse.
Madam?
Nothing fluffy, you understand. Nothing fluffy.
Oh, no, madam.
Seeing that you barged in here, I suppose you've got something to tell me.
I have. At least, I will have.
Well? 5 Dulcimer Mews. Who lives there?
Dexter's clerk. He's going to raid the secret file for a consideration, and so he's seen her.
The blonde? Does he know her name?
No, but he's hoping to find out.
How do we know that Dexter has got something to do with this?
We don't. It's just a hunch. Oh, yes, we do. Take a look at that.
50 pounds taken, numbers known. I don't get it.
The blonde gave me the 50. Dexter couldn't have known the numbers except for her.
There, madam, we are taking shape.
Don't look now, but the lady at the far end.
I'm going, but fast. Meet me tonight, Harry's Bar, 8:30. We'll celebrate.
That's absolutely beautiful, wonderful, Alphonse, but I just remembered an important engagement. I must run.
Oh, madam, you can't. You'll ruin it.
Absolutely vital. I must run. Oh, will you send me the bill?
Yes. Oh, madam. Madam. Oh, no, Mrs. Farmington. You're not going to ruin yourself too, are you?
I'm certain. I'm almost positive. That man's Jack Warren. Look.
No resemblance, madam. Oh, look at your pin curls. This is really a most disheartening day.
Six o'clock at last.
It still wants 2 minutes till 6, Simpson.
Let it want.
I'd be ashamed to take my money on a Friday if I were you.
I'd be ashamed to offer it if I were Dexter.
May I ask what you're doing in a private file, Simpson?
Just locking it, Miss Riggs. You forgot to.
I forgot. I never forget.
Well, you did this time, see?
I'm not at all satisfied, Simpson. I'm perfectly certain I didn't leave that file unlocked.
Oh, what's the difference anyway? Well, I'm off. I can't stand here arguing all night. It's my birthday, you know, and I've got plans. Good night.
Come back. At once, I say.
Oh, put a sock in it.
I want Mr. Dexter's home.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Simmy. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, Simmy!
He's in the old so-and-so. His lights on. Beer, Simmy. Glorious beer.
Hey, he's left the door open. Come on.
Oh, Genevieve, sweet Genevieve, the years may come, the years may go, and still the hand of Mary. It's old Simmy, ain't it?
Looks like he's hanged himself. Nice birthday, too.
Well, I suppose he cut himself down. Someone done it to him.
There he is. Get him, Cyril!
Quick, Bert, after him!
Come on, you two, now break it up. Break it up.
Oh, that's your ball. It's in.
What's all this about? What's all about?
He's in there, Simmy. He's murdered.
We'll get along to the station if you don't mind.
Clot!
You let him get away.
He done old Simmy, and you look in there.
Is that your wallet?
Well, it can't be mine. Must be his.
What are you going to look like, eh? Letting him get away with it?
That'll be enough from you. Come on, where's this Simmy?
He's up there.
There you are, ma'am. Two of those, you won't care whether your boyfriend never turns up.
Really?
You know, it's a funny thing, ma'am. My young days, the boys used to wait for the girls. Now the girls even foot the bill.
Indeed.
It ain't natural. Now look at a pretty young lady like you now, hanging around waiting for some fella.
I am not hanging around. I haven't been waiting for a business associate. Oh, have you got any cigarettes, please?
Business. That's another thing I don't know with. Girls in business, leaving their homes, bossing people around. Cigarettes, man.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I'm late.
Jake, what's happened?
Large rye ice and a splash.
Yes.
Tell me.
Simpson was dead when I got there. Murdered. The stuff he bought for me burnt. I ran into two of his friends.
Jake.
Worse, there was a policeman.
No whiskey, sir?
Got any money? So I haven't got a bean on me. That's torn it. My wallet. I dropped it in the mews.
What was in it?
The notes the blonde gave me. A bunch of business cards, all neatly engraved in the name of Jake Winter, and my fingerprints all over it. How do you like that?
They'll be looking for you at your flat. You better come to mine.
No.
They won't think of looking for you there.
No.
Drink a drink up. Let's get up here.
I absolutely refuse to. It's no good you're trying to stop.
Oh, for heaven's sake, stop arguing.
You needn't think I'm staying. I'm not.
Scared? I won't touch you.
You little idiot. Haven't you heard of accessory after the fact?
Frequently. So what?
I love you. You little half-wit.
Jake, you're crazy to go out of here. They know who you are, where you live, everything about you.
I'm not dragging you into it.
But I'm in it, you ass. Be sensible, Jake. We've got to prove it wasn't you, otherwise we're both in the soup.
Listen, Sue,
Tell me more about Simpson's flat and what happened there.
I just found this. It's a bill, that's all.
Wait. A to D.
It won't mean anything, honey.
Then why did Simpson bring it?
Yeah. Why did he?
Dawson and friend. 153 Charles Street, SW1. And Jake, it's a jeweler's.
Probably a brooch for his wife.
Gold cigarette case for a rich client.
A jam spoon for Miss Riggs' wedding.
Anyway, it's worth trying. I'll go first thing in the morning. Get up off there.
What are you doing?
Trying to make a bed for you.
Oh, gosh, Sue, I feel bad about this.
Oh, shut up. Anyone would think I was trying to compromise you.
Why not?
Think again, chum.
Sorry, but it's an awfully nice thought.
There. It's a bit hard, but it's better than Pentonville. Good night.
Darling, Sue.
Good night, darling.
Good morning, madam. May I help you?
Good morning. I wonder if you can. It's about this bill. We've been going through our accounts, and unfortunately, well, you can see what's happened. We don't seem to be able to trace what the account is for.
Well, let's see if we can help you, madam. If you could give me the name of the customer.
Oh, yes, Mr. Charles Dexter.
Ah, yes, here we are. 1 gold chain bracelet, initials in gold depending, to spell the name Laura, £34, 6 shillings and 6pence. You'd like a copy receipt, madam? It won't take a moment.
Yes, thank you. I suppose there's no mention of Laura's other name. We have so many details on our books.
I'm afraid not, madam. Just Laura.
Oh, well, thank you anyway.
Good morning, madam.
We can have this ready tomorrow, madam.
I'm not leaving it. I've changed my mind.
Good morning, Miss Carson. I don't want to be disturbed for at least half an hour.
Oh, but Miss Honeywell, there's a...
Jake, are you mad? I thought I told you to stay at the flat.
Look, Sue, I'm not going to get anywhere cooped up in a flat. Found anything?
Well, I didn't know her other name. I still think you're mad to come here.
Laura. A blonde called Laura. Where does that get us?
Hello? Oh, put him through. It's Dexter. On the telephone. Yes, Mr. Dexter?
I understand you deal with claims. Good. Then, as you probably know, owing to my wife's tragic death, I have a claim on your company for £50,000. I've already filed the claim, but I'd like your help in getting settlement without delay.
It isn't usual for us to settle such large claims immediately, Mr. Dexter. Is there any special reason I could put forward to the board?
The fact is, this business about my wife, well, I don't mind telling you, I'm getting out of the country.
I see. When were you planning to leave?
I'm booked with BOAC early next week.
Well, I'll do what I can, but I can't promise anything.
You can get me here any time today, if you want to call or phone. Thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Dexter.
Get me BOAC, please, and quick.
There's a gentleman outside.
Not now, Miss Carson. I'm busy. Yes, but he's in a minute.
Reservation inquiries, please.
She's bound to give her real name because of her passport.
Hello? Imperial Insurance here. I wonder if you could help us. You have a booking early next week for a Mr. Charles Dexter of Albion Mansions, West 1. Yes. No, I'm afraid I don't know where for, but... Oh, thanks, yes. Right, I'll hold on. Hello? Buenos Aires. Thanks. Just a minute. Could you tell us also the name of his traveling companion?
Dexter's traveling alone, sir.
Alone?
Yes, sir.
You're quite sure?
Quite sure.
I see. Thanks.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye. Dexter's secretary. She knew more than she was telling.
Miss Honeywell, the inspector says he won't keep you a moment.
In a minute.
Who? A Scotland Yard inspector.
Oh, tell him I'm not here. At a meeting, anything. Get if you like, but don't let him into my bus. You see? Now what? Jake, where are you going?
What's next door? This side.
Conference room, why?
Anybody there?
No.
Good.
Jake, don't be an idiot.
Inspector Henry.
Good afternoon, miss.
Good afternoon, Inspector.
What do you want?
Know who I am, don't you?
There's no use murdering me. I've got no money.
Maybe I'll let you live if you tell me the truth.
What about?
I want to know who's Laura. Laura, Miss Riggs.
I'd like to remind you, I'm in a position of trust.
Very laudable sentiment, Miss Riggs, but you see, I've no time to play around. Who's Laura? I give you just 5 seconds.
Oh, dear me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Laura Vane.
Where'd she live?
I don't know. Just a phone number.
Write it down. It had better be the right number, Annabelle, my girl. That all you know about Laura Vane?
There's a bungalow on the river. It's in her name, but he pays the rent. Oh, it's all so horrid. I tried not to notice that nice, refined Mrs. Dexter.
I'll take the address. Thanks. Sorry if I scared you, Miss Riggs, but you see, I think Dexter and his Laura killed that nice, refined Mrs. Dexter, and I'm going to see they hang for it. Not a sound out of you for 5 minutes, understand?
Hello?
Sue, listen. I've got friend Laura's phone number and the address of the Love Nest. What's the matter? Aren't you alone?
No, just a caller. Good. I'll be free shortly.
Okay. See you at the flat. Bye.
So sorry, Inspector.
You'll let us know the minute this fellow Winter shows up.
The very instant.
Thanks. Well, I'll be on my way.
This way, Inspector. So sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
Good day, miss.
Goodbye. Hello. It's only me. Sandwiches.
Good.
Any luck?
How's the Inspector?
Oh, all right. Rather nice. Like a teddy bear.
Hot on the trail?
Absolutely. After you with those.
Yeah. Take a look at that.
Quarterdeck Teddington. Rather nautical for a love nest.
Now, for a plan of campaign, let's recap. We know that Dexter and Laura Vane were in this together, presumably for the insurance money, right? We know that it was Laura who actually killed Joan Dexter. He was in Paris, right?
Right.
The obvious next move, to my way of thinking, is to throw a spanner in the works, to get them at each other's throats. If they're the usual sort of rats, they'll turn on each other.
I wonder if Laura knows that Dexter's on his way to Buenos Aires.
That's it. She could be traveling by another route, of course. Still, there's no harm in trying. Got the number?
I bet there's no reply.
Hello?
Miss Vane? Miss Laura Vane?
Yes?
How nice to hear your voice. This is your old friend, Jack Warren. Why so silent, Laura? Scared?
Is this a joke?
No, Laura, you haven't forgotten so soon, have you? Rye, ice, the merest splash, remember?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do, but we won't mind about that. Listen to me, Laura. I'm going to do you a favor. Yes, a favor. Returning good for evil, like they tell you to. The police are onto you, Laura.
Why, there's no reason for them to be?
Now, wait a minute, Laura. You left an initial from your name bracelet in Dexter's flat that night. Did you know? Or maybe Dexter planted it there. I think he's planning to ditch you, Laura. Ask him about the booking he's got for Buenos Aires. Alone, Laura. Well, somehow I don't think our Laura is scheduled for the trip. What now?
Obvious.
Where are you going?
Stay where you are. I'm going to change.
What for? Are we going someplace?
You're not, but I am.
I wish I knew what you're talking about.
It's obvious to me that you know nothing at all about feminine psychology.
Look, Sue, this is no time to play puzzle corner. Where are you going? Or where do you think you're going?
I know where I'm going. To Dexter's flat. And don't argue. The key word, psychology. It's obvious this Laura's going straight to Dexter's flat for a showdown.
Occurred to you she might ring him up?
I said psychology. No woman's going to have a row with a man on the telephone. He might hang up on her.
Ah. What are you doing?
When our blonde arrives at the flat to chew Mr. Dexter into small pieces, should there be a third party present, a quiet, inoffensive third party, me, for instance, there's no telling what indiscretion she might hear.
You're not going.
Dexter has a claim without company. You can't stop me doing my job.
Listen to me, Sue. These people are dangerous. They've killed twice. Do you think they're going to worry about killing again?
Darling, I'm just Susan Honeywell seeing to Dexter's claim. He doesn't know me from a hole in the wall, neither does she. I can't see what possible danger there is.
If anything should happen to you...
Darling, nothing's going to happen to me.
I give you till 5:30 to be back. If not, I'm coming after you.
You're the one person that can't go to Dexter's flat.
5:30.
Stubborn, aren't you?
No, just in love.
Mr. Dexter?
Yes?
I'm Susan Honeywell from the Imperial Insurance Company.
Oh, yes. Come in, Miss Honeywell.
Thank you.
In here, if you please.
As the matter was urgent, I thought I'd better come and see you myself.
That's very good of you.
Now, have you got your wife's death certificate?
Why, no. The inquest's not until tomorrow.
Oh, I'm afraid we must have the certificate. However, some kind of interim document, I'll see what I can do. Would you mind signing here where I've marked, please?
Forgive me. Are you mad?
Not in the sense you mean, my dear Charles.
What on earth have you come here for?
To see what's going on.
Wait. Laura, you can't come in here now.
It's true, then. You're running out on me.
Can't we discuss this later?
Leaving me to face the music. And believe me, Rat, the music started. Know who just rang me? Jack Warren. Warren, my fine friend. Get it? You know what that means.
I'm sorry, Miss Honeywell. I'm afraid...
Miss Honeywell, hey? Might one ask what the lady is doing here?
I came to see Mr. Dexter on business.
You could ask Miss Honeywell why she was inquiring about my bracelet. Maybe the insurance company's onto you, Charles. One of the initials was found by Joan's body, remember? I don't think we should let our Miss Honeywell run around loose any longer.
Stop her!
After we've dealt with her, we'll have a little chat, Charles, dear.
SMX 97. Give me the place, quick. 500 liquor. 500 Jimmy O'Goblins. Here, put me onto the Flatfoot what's looking for Jack Warren.
Inspector Henry, CID. You have? Well, go on, man, let's have it.
SMX 97 something. Couldn't get the rest. Got that? And don't you forget it's for all is what told you, see?
Control room. All cars. Jake Winter, alias Jack Warren. Believed using grey Triumph Roadster, SMX 97.
Proceeding west from Marble Arch. Jake Winter, grey Triumph Roadster, SMX 97.
Quarterdeck.
Suicide.
Can you think of one good reason why she should wish to kill herself in your house?
I don't have to. No one can prove I ever set eyes on her. Except you, dear. And somehow I don't think I'll be worrying about you. She's still unconscious. That stuff really put her out. Get her over here, quick. Come on, let's go, fast.
Kitchen! Kitchen! Hey, you! Stay where you are!
What's been going on here? Are you Jake Winter?
Yes, I am. What about it?
If you'll just sign your statement, miss, you can take your young man away.
Darling, if you ever give me such a scare again.
Darling, if you ever let a strange blonde pick you up again.
If you'll just sign your statement, miss.
Darling.
Darling.
If you'll just sign your statement, miss, you can take darling away for good.